Welcome to the Better Back birthday video. Do our routine every other day and then every day, and you're on your way to a better back. Follow these short instructions by regular back exerciser Zoran Fejzo, and you will go from feeling like you do today to feeling like this.
All right, Larry, have a good day. So I'm gonna show you few things about the back. So there are three classes of things that matter. One is the flexibility of your back. The other one is stretches, and the third one is kind of the strength of the muscles that help your back. So we'll cover a few of each of those. Okay, so first is a kind of a hip flexibility exercise that kind of just let you go around. You make sure you make a full circle. Don't rush anywhere. You're just trying to make your hips flexible, and you do it in one direction and then another one. You make a full circle. Try to not rush. Just you want to feel that you are hitting every part of that circle. Then you can go lateral like that. So just go left, right. Don't rush. Just try to keep it and keep your back straight. And then you go forward and back. Forward and back. Forward and back. The main thing about all of these exercises is that you gotta keep your abdominal muscles tight. So you wanna always keep them tight, because that's what protects your back. So these are few, those were kind of for elasticity of your back. Another one that might be a little bit too much for you at this point is kind of just going like that, reverse. So it allows your back to arch backwards in the opposite direction of the normal spine alignment. So it's kind of good, but don't rush anywhere. Just a little, and you make sure you feel it. Okay? Alright, so those would be... now, some of the things that I do when I wake up the first thing in the morning, it's kind of to try to stretch few things on your back, so you kind of keep this leg straight, and this one you just try to bring as much to your chest as possible. You feel that things are stretching around here, so just keep it 30 seconds, 45, however we want. And you take another leg. This is kind of just help your spine align, stretch. Okay, another one is on a similar thing. You go diagonal. You kind of just keep this leg, right leg and right thing. Right leg is on the floor. The other one is in the air, and you try to kind of diagonally stretch yourself. So this leg, left leg, is supposed to be as straight as possible. You want to feel the tightness, and you want to bring your toes towards you. At the same time, your arm is as stretched as possible. So you want to kind of really stretch it out. And now you do it the same way, the other two. So the diagonal, left arm, right leg, and so another thing, before you get up out of the bed, it's kind of a good thing to kind of engage your abdominal muscles to start them working. So you try to flatten out as much as you can your arch. So push with your butt down so that you can flatten your back, and then you can try to feel your abdominals, and you just try tightening them up. Lift your upper part of the body, just keep it tight. Just do it like that, and then tighten up your abdominals just to feel, to get them started going. Now, these were a few stretches. Another stretch, really important stretch. This is like the essence of the stretch. It's kind of your pelvic tilt. You put your legs, both of your knees, on the floor. You put your arm on the ball or on a couch or on a whatever, and then you try to rotate to keep your head up, and you keep it tight. Try to keep, you want to feel that your pelvic tilt here is really tight. This really makes it's stretching your back, and also it helps your spine to be elastic, right? So you go to any kind of stretches. It's not a stretch unless you keep it at least 30 to 45 seconds. So just be aware, stretch is not 5 seconds, stretch is 30 to 45 seconds. Okay? So with this, keep your head up, and you make sure you'll feel this here, but it feels good. And then another stretches are the ones that you usually have are kind of like try to keep your back straight and tight. So these are stretches, but they also kind of make your spine elastic. So you want to go on the side and then the right side. Of course, this should be longer, right? But this is for video purposes. But don't rush anything. Just do as much as you can. And now, these are some of the stretches, but one of the most important stretches is this, to stretch this part here. So for that, you take a chair and just try to bring the toes as close to you as possible. This needs to be really tight and straight. Okay? And then you do the same with the other leg. Right? Those are kind of stretches for your things. And now, if you can, this would be another really important stretch. Now this might be a little too much for you at this point, but you might want to start kind of like pretty far away, because I don't know how much you can, but you basically want to feel that your legs you want to try to put your heels on the floor so that your back thighs are really stretched, and you want to feel that your abdominals are in, and you want to push your butt backwards so that you can feel that you're stretching. Now if you're a little more flexible, you can go closer this way, but just try as much as you can. But this is kind of help you stretch this whole thing, including legs. So those were some of the stretches. Now we gotta do a little bit of the essential exercises for your abdominals. So, of course, you want to have a mat. This is kind of, I don't know why I didn't bring a mat. It's kind of hurting with you if you don't. But this would be one of the, so diagonal, you want to do knee and elbow, right? But always try to keep your legs as is tight and your abdominals is tight, right? And do it in a rhythm that you feel comfortable with, right? Then you can do a little like these. Every time you want to make sure your abdominals are tight, right? These are good because they never have a chance of hurting your back, right? Any kind of exercises that do kind of this, they're not recommended because they put a pressure on your back. But these, where you lift your body and your back is flat on the floor, are actually good for you. Now, if you have a ball, the really good exercise, which is also stretch, but it's a dynamic stretch, right? But this is a little, you need to be very comfortable with the ball with these, right? But it's kind of, you're doing a abdominal exercise on the ball with a stretch, like that. And it's important that you keep your abdominals tight as you do this, right? And then there are two essential poses, like you go backwards to kind of unstable position, because that will allow you to arch, right? So you go, but then also another one is where your head is on the ball and you're just doing like that. So this is engaging slightly different abdominal muscles, right? But these are a little trickier because you need to feel comfortable on the ball, right? Now, these are really, you need a ball for these exercises, but these are really the essential exercises for your back, for these muscles here. And you can't, it's really hard to do them without the ball. So they are kind of, you need a mat, because without a mat your legs are going to slip. So I'm going to do it here going against the couch. That should not be the case how you do them. You should really have a mat and let your legs be on the mat, and mat will help you not to slip. But because I don't have a mat, I'll go against the couch. So at the end of the day, you want to have your actually, no, I'm going to do first this one. So you want to keep your arms straight. You want to look in between your arms, slightly above them, right? You're going to keep your legs kind of tight and straight, right? Your abdominals are in, and you want to kind of lift your legs up and down. Right? You don't want to do, you're trying not to go forward. That's cheating. You want to be like that, right? So do, 1, 2, as many as you want. Okay? But these are really good exercise for, you cannot get these muscles otherwise that I'm aware of. Now, the slightly different one is where you are kind of, this is where you need these support so you don't slip, right? But you're kind of going like this. You're arching, so this is a flexibility and strength, right? Because here, you'll feel these muscles here. Okay? And then another one of these is where you put your arms straight like this. You don't want to do any kind of neck pressure or anything like that. You just want to be light on your neck and just and just lift your leg and pull your toes towards you as much as you can, so that this leg in the air is as straight and as tight as possible. And you just go like alternatively, right? Again, you will feel those muscles there that are really important for you. Okay? Now, we kind of addressed some of the abdominal muscles, some of the back muscles, but we haven't addressed another really important group of muscles for your back, and that's the thighs, right? So, one of the exercises that you might want to kind of, that's why a ball is good for this, is basically you keep your weight on the ball, keep your back straight, and then you lift your leg, and there are 4 exercises per leg. So you basically have, first you go straight, and you want to make sure your muscles are tight and leg is as straight as possible, right? No rush, right? And then you're gonna rotate inwards and you're gonna go again, right? You do 4 or 5 each, and then you rotate outwards like that, and you'll feel that muscles all around your thigh, on each side and the top, are working, right? So you have 4 things. One is toes forward, another one is toe inward, third one is toe outward, and the last one is toe kind of as flat as possible. And then do the same thing on this side, right? So you should do probably 3, 4, 5 per side, right? All right. Now my wife turned on the heat when I'm doing this. It's not that nice.
No, I did not.
I mean, she's putting it at 74. I'm sorry.
It's not at 74.
Yes, it is. I turned it off.
72.
Yeah, after it dropped. And so there are there are all kinds of crunches that you, I mean, what are those called? But the ones that I find very effective are like these. They're kind of diagonal, and you basically have your legs as 2 o'clock, 7 o'clock kind of, and then you put your arms up, right? Tighten your abdominal muscles, right? Because this is important, right? Everything is tight, and you go down. The left leg, the heel, will probably have to go up, right? So you go. This is the kind of tempo you want to have. So you want to go below. This should be 90 degrees, and then you go up, right? Or if you can go below that, that's even better, right? But it's important that your muscles, and then you're gonna go to 10 o'clock, 5 o'clock. So you'll see how your thighs, your legs, and your abdominals are working on this, right? So that will be for these muscles. One thing I haven't told you, but the one pose that is for lower back, there's only one pose that never puts the pressure on your back. And that's, so if you're in active pain, nothing works better than this, right? That's the only thing that lifts the pressure from your lower spine. That's like a God-given pose. It's kind of emulating that zero gravity chair pose, but this is really the only one that gives you a break. So that will be, I guess, it for this edition. All right. Good luck, man.